Coming this summer, an alpha so big, it's bigger than Schwarzenegger's biceps in Predator. You better have a lot to talk about.
You've built it up a little bit now, haven't you?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
So you were going to show me a prison, weren't you?
I was going to what?
Show me a prison.
I was going to show you this prison. So look, this is the one.
Yeah.
One of our community members made this prison. I didn't actually make this prison.
Right.
And I can't quite remember who it was, and I can't quite remember where I got it from, but it's been in my list of amazing-looking prisons for quite some time.
Oh my God, look at that. That is like, what was it called? Prison 23?
It's called Prison 23, yeah, exactly, as if it's not bad enough already.
That's it. What are those green things? Are they like tiny areas of grass for exercising the dog or something?
He set up these sort of
Oh, he just puts pool tables.
tables and stuff. Yeah, I mean, check out this guy's like utility setup. You know, got all these pipes. Look how complex and intricate it all is.
It's awesome. But what horrible mind created this hellhole?
Yeah. Well, exactly. What does it mean? And also, more to the point, if only there was some way that our players of the game could, in some way, share their best prisons with each other.
Oh, could you imagine how good that would be?
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be so cool? If you could just log in somehow and see kind of like a bunch of amazing prisons just like this one and just play them at the click of a switch.
And maybe if we didn't have to do the work, if someone else did the work so that we could focus on the game, that would be amazing.
You mean like if we didn't have to write the server software that did it?
Yeah. If someone else did that.
What about if we got Steam to do it?
Yeah. Steam. We come round to the point.
The Steam Workshop, for example.
This is exciting.
Yeah, so the Steam Workshop then, we have integrated the Steam Workshop.
Yeah,
and you can now publish your prisons if you wish, or you can look at a load of other people's prisons that have already been published. So if I click on this button, open the Steam Workshop, you'll see we get...
Sorry.
Thanks for that, mate.
Yeah, we've opened the Steam Workshop.
So here's a list, admittedly quite small list of the existing prisons that are in the Steam Workshop, and you can just click on the little green cross to subscribe. So this one, for example, Alpha 10 Test. That's a useful sounding name, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So this is one that we've actually published on Steam as a test prison, and it's all coming over Steam now. It's not loading from my local hard disk or anything like that. So there is my prison in the Steam Workshop, and you can comment on it and set metadata on it and set descriptions and things. You can share it with each other.
So we hope the terrible author of Prison 23 publishes to Steamworks so everyone can.
We would like to encourage him to publish his hellhole of a prison so that everyone else can see it. Yeah, moving on then. Let's have a look at some of the new features.
What's that? What's that? That's Tux. Tux is in prison. Tux is relaxing.
He's hidden in the fog of war. There he is.
Ah, there he comes.
What does it mean? What does it mean? Tell us what it means.
So it's finally, we've been promising it for quite a long time, but Johnny's come back on board and we've managed to do our first build for Linux. So we're really pleased about this. Hopefully lots of the Linux guys are going to be able to enjoy building prisons. We've targeted Ubuntu simply because that's the platform that Steam kind of picked. So it'll work on Ubuntu, we think, but we're in alpha, so anyone that's running other distros, pick it up, have a crack, log a bug if it doesn't work, and we'll try and fix it. But for people that aren't interested in Linux and aren't interested in Steam, we sort of get to the meat of Alpha 10. And you have done a lot of work, haven't you?
I've done quite a big change, actually. I feel like I say that quite a lot these days, but I've made quite a big change to the anger response of prisoners. Right? The manner in which prisoners get angry and express their anger and fight each other, the manner in which they decide when to kick off. And the best way to describe it is that there is now a thermometer, right, representing the danger level of your prison.
Danger meter.
I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to bring up said thermometer as a debug render. I'm going to move this to-do list out of the way. Right, so this thing that you see on the left, right, this is the thermometer, and it represents the temperature represents the current danger level of your prison. So if prisoners are unhappy and they've got needs that are not being satisfied, or they haven't seen their family for ages, they will contribute to the increasing danger level of your prison.
See it going up. It's at 26.
Yeah, it's going up. And if your prisoners are satisfied, that all their needs have been met, they're never really going to be happy because they're in prison, but they might feel they're being fairly treated. In which case they will be decreasing the overall temperature of your prison. This is not going to be in the game, I don't think. This is our internal debug rendering. Up here in the toolbar is the actual game rendering of the same thing. Right? It tells you this is your danger level. Currently it's low, but it is increasing. And these are the factors, right, telling us why. Right? So 17 prisoners at the moment feel that they're well treated, but 6 prisoners have got serious complaints. Right? And I can make it a lot worse by triggering a bang up.
Right.
A bang up means everyone get back in your cell now. Right. So I've just told every single prisoner that they need to get back in their cell now. And so now underneath the factors, you'll notice that the danger level of your prison is increasing because 97 prisoners say they're locked up for no good reason. Right. There's nothing a prisoner hates more than being locked up in his cell all day long for no good reason. Right.
Or some might say the crime for which he was incarcerated in the first place.
Well, he's in jail, but that's a different thing from being trapped in your own cell all day long. So if you leave that there for long enough, eventually they'll start to get more and more angry about the fact that they've been left in there.
Right.
The other key factor to understand about the thermometer is these coloured bars that represent every prisoner in your prison.
Right.
These represent, so Rennie, for example, this represents Rennie's boiling point on the thermometer. Right? So Rennie is a really nasty piece of work prisoner. Right? He's got a very low boiling point, right? Which means that he will kick off even though the temperature of the prison is relatively low.
Yeah.
Right? And why is he trouble? Well, he's violent and destructive and lethal. And these are the hidden known traits that I know because it's in debug mode, but you, the player, always have to divine. Yeah. He's quite young, that has a positive effect. He's got virtually no family. Right, so prisoners that have got a lot more family, lots of children and things, tend to have a much higher boiling point. And he's got a 52-year sentence, of which he's only served 7, so he's a long way away from release.
Right.
So all of those factors...
So he's an angry man.
All those factors make him a particularly angry man.
Right.
So I think the best way to demonstrate the effects of this, because this is quite a nice smooth running prison, right? Nobody's particularly angry. The needs of all the prisoners are relatively well met. I don't keep everyone locked up all day long. So in order to actually see the effects, we're going to have to artificially cheat and spike everybody's family need. So I've chosen it randomly, but what I've essentially said is that every single prisoner in this prison is about to get very, very angry about the fact they haven't seen their family for a really long time. All right, and so you can see the family need spiking up for everyone. And as that goes up, the temperature level of our prison will start to increase, and our prisoners will start to feel a little bit more like they don't want to cooperate.
Right.
Right.
So while this is going on, we've got this lovely visual representation of the danger level with all of the prisoners alongside it in our debug render.
Yeah.
And we've got an exclamation mark.
Yeah.
And then right arrow. Yeah. So you're swapping.
Well, this is Introversion.
So you're using ASCII art in the final thing.
ASCII art for the win.
I think there should be a petition on the forums. If you want the real thermometer.
Do you want the full thermometer?
If you want
hang on, right. So
sorry.
Oh, things are happening. Right.
I've got 3 exclamation marks.
Right, so we've had a little bit of trouble break out there in the holding cell. Yeah. Worth mentioning that there's a ton of new... Oh, crikey, look at that. There's a guy all the way outside. Run for your life. Oh, no. It's worth mentioning there's a ton of new sound effects in this build. Alistair has really outdone itself. He's got a ton of new angry crowd sounds, fighting sounds, and all kinds of things like that. The prison is sounding like a much more scary place these days.
Right.
Also, you notice there's a new effect on here underneath the danger list. It says deterrent. 1 prisoner has been punished recently. Punished recently.
Published to Steam Workshop. Yeah, 1 prisoner.
1 prisoner has been published to Steam Workshop. So as you administer punishments to your prisoners for various crimes, that actually has a decreasing effect on the danger level of your prison. Right? So the net result of that is if you are really hardcore and have guards everywhere and you have a really strict regime and you punish your prisoners as soon as they do anything even remotely wrong, that will push the danger level of your prison down. Right? Effectively ruling by force. Right? If you want to ignore their needs, but rule your prison by force instead, this new thermometer system is the way that's going to happen. And the previous game was all about meeting the prisoner's needs. And we're not quite there yet, but I think by Alpha 11 you'll be able to run a regime where you actually don't care at all about the prisoner's needs.
Right.
You just do the basics and do everything else by use of force.
Rule with an iron fist.
Rule with an iron fist. Heavy punishments for the slightest crimes. Guards everywhere. You'll need a heavy guard presence. And you'll notice now that on the thermometer, most people's boiling point is a lot higher than it was. Previously, their boiling points were all spread out over the full height. So because some punishments have been handed out and some beatings have been handed out and some trouble has been put down, you've got a bit of a reprieve for a while. There's a temporary downward effect. Let's see another alternative scenario. I'm going to load the same prison again. Right, now what I'm going to do this time is, right from the very start, I'm going to prod their family need and get everyone very, very upset about that.
Right.
And
we're going to push it to the max now.
I'm going to push it to the max.
See what happens. I'm
going to turn that. Off. Okay. And let's accelerate time. Now, I mentioned before, there's this neighboring effect, right? People who are angry and fighting next to each other will tend to cause their neighbors to get angry and fight.
Right.
So the worst possible case scenario, for example, is when everyone's in the same place, such as canteen time,
meal times,
or shower time, or meal times, shower times, anything like that. So let's see what happens if the tension level, the danger level of your prison goes very high, and everyone's in one area.
Right, in the shower.
Oh, we've got multiple fights occurring.
It's all kicking off. There's a riot underway. Oh no!
So you've got multiple outbreaks of trouble here. We've got even more over here.
Yeah. I don't want to be one of those guys.
Nasty. Right, so new things are happening now, right? Some music's playing. Right?
Yeah.
We're in a riot now, in a riot scenario, right?
Losing.
And there's more prisoners are arriving as well. So the areas that have gone red, you notice, they've been captured. Right? Those prisoners that are rioting, they have captured that cell block.
Right.
And you'll see that all the guards that are in there are dead.
Right.
They'll now proceed to smash down all the internal doors. They'll capture the neighbouring sectors. The riot will spread, and you will lose more and more control of your prison as time goes by. You see how they've picked up all the guards' weapons and keys?
Yeah. We've got. I can't even count how many flashing red exclamation marks. And it's still increasing.
It's still increasing.
At the prison, is it?
So now the fact that 67 prisoners are rioting is actually an increasing factor. So it's becoming like a feedback loop, right? Your whole prison has gone into a total riot. And there's only one way to stop it, really.
Bring in the guards.
Bring in the riot police.
Riot police. All sorted out.
Let's bring some paramedics in as well. So, 2 new units, the riot police and the paramedics. We've had these available for quite some time, but we've never really got to the point where they were ready to put in the game yet.
Yeah, so this is your first chance to get your hands on the riot squad.
So I mean, the sound is just going nuts at the moment. There's all kinds of new audio elements playing, angry crowds. There's music. There's all kinds of new destruction sounds, new fighting sounds. It sounds brilliant. It sounds really dangerous, actually. You know, we've always had a slightly comedy look to Prison Architect, but once a riot breaks out, it just sounds horrible.
How is absolute audio wizard?
Now, your riot police are pretty tough. They're heavily armoured, and they're much more. they find it much easier to deal with prisoners with knives, for example, because of their armour. So they should be able to put this down.
So we're moving him in. We've got fog of war going on here. We can't see what's in the canopy.
You can't see anything inside, no, because the zones that they've captured, you don't know what's going on in there.
How many riot police?
These guys are sneaking around the back.
Cheeky. And they're making a bid to escape.
It's kind of going on all over the prison. Like, everywhere you look, there's trouble. Right? The other thing that prisoners do during riots is they're much more aggressive. They don't run away from trouble. They don't surrender. They just keep attacking. So as soon as your guards appear in the area, all the prisoners in the area attack them. Right? Look at that guy. He's kind of a bit stuck.
And there's the doctor with a green syringe. We'll bring that under control.
How close are we? It's still 30 prisoners rioting. This is actually a really big riot. This is bigger than I intended.
Right.
Not to worry.
You're doing all right.
You can control them as well from these systems on the right. So you can drag select your riot guards, or you can control them directly from this thing over here. See how I can control each squad independently?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So it looks like they've pretty much cleared up outside, so I can send a squad in here, and I can send a separate squad in here.
Yeah.
The paramedics will just do their thing, healing up all the people who have been injured in the area.
Right.
Yes, Sacriel.
I see. There he is with his hat.
Alright.
Getting visibility back.
Right, so as your riot police go back in the area, it's worth mentioning your ordinary guards will not go in a sector that's been captured by prisoners.
Right.
Right, these sectors that are red, your ordinary guards will refuse to go in there because it's too dangerous if you've lost that sector. But you can see as the riot police go in, you recapture the area, you regain visibility, and slowly bring it under control.
Yeah.
Here's the last of them. Jesus.
It's John McClane in there. He's not going to stand for it.
That's a very old Andrew Lim there.
Some backup. Oh, there's Andrew. Andrew getting stuck in. Yeah, that's the end of them. Four of them rioting. Three. There we go. Well done.
I think we've pretty much done it.
Well done.
I'll just take in these. Oh, there's one of the riot guards got seriously injured. There he is.
Yeah, well, that's old McClane, isn't it?
He survived. Let's bring the paramedic over.
He's just healing rate. Yeah, there we go. He's going to need some sort of a medal, I think, for that behaviour.
that was above and beyond, wasn't it?
It was above and beyond.
So now that the riot's been finished, there's now essentially the cleanup operation. We've actually lost all visibility of the thermometer.
Right.
And I think it's because it is, in fact, because it requires the security chief, to give you that view of the danger level of your prison.
Right.
And the security chief is up here. And I think there's still some people up here that are rioting, and I think the security chief has been murdered.
Right, right.
So I'm just going to pop some guards down there. Let's have a look.
See what's going on.
Oh my god, look at that. That's the accountant.
Dear. Not a good day at the prison.
There's the psychologist, he survived. There's the foreman, he's dead. There's the chief, and there's the murderer.
Oh, got him. Higson, he's got some keys, but he's...
James Pigeon. Yeah, and there you go. There's the chief. So I think we might want to actually hire another chief.
Let's go get a new chief.
So we get our view back.
There we go.
I think we're about done with the riot police. You can dismiss these guys now. This is a new feature as well.
Yeah.
You can just click on the cross, and it dismisses them.
And they go to the bar, have a few beers.
They go to the bar afterwards and go,
press.
Tough day.
Press. So if you haven't already, visit prison-architect.com and pick up the alpha, or obviously you can get it from Steam. Windows, Linux, Mac, everything. Tell all your friends about it, share YouTube videos, tweet, spread the word, and we will be back in 1 month with Alpha 11. Cheerio.